Hey there, this is Neil Napier here, and I'm doing this video review of Benjamin's funnel. Benjamin's one of our InstaSuite customers, and he's been killing it basically with physical products and also building a list for selling physical products. So this is Benjamin's site. I think this is made on some WordPress site. This is not made on InstaSuite, but it still looks pretty cool. Again, I've kind of shrunk the window so you don't see the actual proportions, but because I've shrunk it, you know for a fact that this is optimized for mobile as well. So it's working on mobile as well easily, which is good. Now I want to show some of the pages that Benjamin's built through InstaSuite and show you what, if at all, he could be doing better. So the first one is this. Even when I was looking at this page full screen, let me see if I can actually do that. There was still, it wasn't, the opt-in box wasn't above the fold, which for me, usually I would say that the opt-in form should be above the fold. And as soon as I look at it, I think maybe there's too much text. So I don't know how this page is converting, but if it was me, Benjamin, I'd probably change up a few things here. I think it's really good that you've got your logo here. And I think in another place, maybe you don't have your logo here up here, but I'll come to that in a second. It's good that you have your logo here. I really like the style that you have here. So it's kind of already ticked, so people feel that they're going to get something out of this. Maybe I would say that the text is a bit too much. I think you could shrink that a little bit, but hey, if it's converting well, don't change anything. The color is quite similar to the background. If you want to test things out, you can change the colors a bit as well. But again, I like that the colors are quite mellow, as long as I guess it matches what you have here. So I would encourage you to use the same branding. So if you're using this background image, these flowers, I would use the same thing, same colors, same kind of imagery wherever you can, because that would make it quite easy for people to go from one page to the other as they're going along through your funnels. So let me just read through this quickly as well. Okay, so I think the content itself is quite easy. Obviously, for the right kind of target market, it's going to appeal to them. It's also good that you have this on your own website as well. I think you gave me another page that I know you're moving it to your own website. And then let me see. Okay, you've got the link to your Facebook fan page and Twitter account as well as Instagram as well. I think you had quite an active Instagram following too. Yeah, 20.6K followers, which is pretty good. Okay, let's go back here. Let me opt in and see where that takes me. I mean, generally, again, I think the page is fine. It's good that you've got all these things. You've also got a couple of Facebook pixels, which is, okay, 1 pixel, which is good. Now let's opt in and see where that takes me. Okay, claim my ebook. Again, simple page. I would say stylistically, if you could make it similar to what you had earlier, that'd be fine. But I still think this is good because you've got your branding here up on top. And I like it that you're also leading people through steps. You could also, for example, actually put some arrows as well. So, where you've got this book, I would say just put something so that an arrow points to here. So that'll be step number 2. So it shows them where to go next so they don't just stop here. You really want them to follow through and follow along. Step number 2, like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, which is great as well. So anyone who's doing thank you pages, you need to drive all the traffic that you can get to your other social media assets as well. And I like it that Benjamin's using a good image of Facebook, like, okay, this is where you're going to go. So it's a trusted site, it's an authority website, and you're getting basically into that. You get to follow us in there. And then check out our website, which is good as well. So clearly the goal here is to essentially get people to follow you on social media. If you wanted to, Benjamin, you could again experiment here on the thank you page. You could also give people like a limited time $1 trial if you had a recurring subscription to this essential oil product. Now I know you've got a lot of one-time products, which is okay, but if you wanted to do free plus shipping, I mean, I know that InstaSuite doesn't have that capability just yet, building that in. But if you wanted to give people some free plus shipping thing, you could at least put a button here and ask them to go check out on your website because you have it here right now. So I would say that you could potentially experiment by offering them something immediately to buy, especially if it's free, right? People love free stuff. They're getting a guide, plus they're getting a free plus shipping offer. And really, induce the scarcity there. be strict about it. Tell them that, hey, this is only available for 3 hours, after which it goes away. And of course, they can still access it in future if they opt in again, but I think that's good enough. But I do think that the focus here is on following you on social media, which is good, basically building trust. And then as I look at it, again, you're showing your shop, you're showing relative prices there as well, so that's good too. I really can't fault much with this page at all. I think the funnel is good. You can experiment a little bit, and that's all I would tell you to do. The other thing then is, this is one of the other pages that Benjamin linked me to, which was a competition to win $50 Amazon gift card. Now, Benjamin told me that this was generating a lot of leads. Personally, again, in the marketplace we don't really give away free money or free gift cards, but it is a great idea, because you're basically telling people that, hey, if you sign up, you can actually win something here. You can win a $50 Amazon gift card. If it was me, I would probably say include more stuff in here, which means that you could potentially add some more description, like what they would have to do next. But again, check how your opt-in's doing. If it's going fine, great. Don't worry about anything. You've got these links to social media, which is good as well. In this case, you have Google Plus, but not here. I don't know why that is, but perhaps you could include that as well. But let me test this out. Actually, I want to see how this works, and maybe I'll actually win a gift card. So let's check this out. Okay, thank you. Here are a few bonuses. We wanted to give you a downloadable DIY gift guide. Here's a gift guide. Again, social media. So again, same thing as I showed you here. This is where you could potentially add all of these things in the other place as well, following you on different social media platforms, step 1, step 2, arrow keys, and so on and so forth. Now, this is where I think you can really do some damage, because Benjamin, you told me that you're generating a lot of leads, and this goes for anyone who has created pages, and the pages are generating 5 to 10 leads a day. And if you're running some kind of contest, same thing that Benjamin was running, you could work with something like UpViral or another application that I'm helping a student build at the moment, which is for running contests. And it basically encourages them to share the page that they signed up on. And that's good for you, because that helps you build list virally. I mean, viral is a very broad term. I don't think you're actually going to go viral like YouTube videos do. But if you get an additional 50% opt-ins because of that, I think it's a pretty good deal. So you can encourage them that, hey, if you share this and if 5 people sign up, and if you win, we'll double your prize money. Right? So it's a risk, of course, that you have to take, but you have to then calculate how much each of your leads is worth to you. So let's say if you're running this giveaway every week, right? And you're generating 100 leads every week, and you're giving away $50 in prizes, which makes your cost per lead, let's calculate this. Actually, let's just go here. Okay, so let's say if you were generating 100 leads, and you were spending $50, so your each lead is worth like 50 cents, right? That's how much are you paying for each lead. But then if you were to up your lead count to 150 by doing this, and you were paying, let's say in this case, $100, if that is someone who referred 5 leads at least one, chances of that are also like 1 in 10, if at all. Right? So in that case, you're giving away more money, but at the same time, you're getting more leads. So it's up to you if you want to experiment with that. But I think, or anything you want to put up, I think it'd be great if you engage people some more with a contest, if you actually get them to share your page for you. Because at the moment, this is a wasted action. They land on this page and sure, they can go visit your Facebook page, or they can go visit your other social media channels, but you're not really doing anything else with this list. So I would encourage you to integrate some kind of contest here, especially because if I'm seeing that you're running this quite often. Do that, and I can guarantee you the results that you can potentially get with that will dramatically go up. Dramatically. And I'm not sure why I'm seeing different times all the time, but anyway. So try this out, see if it makes a difference. I would say just clean up the page a bit as well in terms of reducing spaces somewhere. Maybe it's a bit too much. You could do with less. Centralize this stuff, but again, that's just me being quite pedantic about things. Generally, I think the page is fine. As always, experiment using split testing. Make sure that you actually try out what works best, and also get a PNG image for this, please, because I noticed that there's some white edges here which don't look that good on, a non-white background. So use something different and I think you'll be good to go.